Well, hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to the channel for yet another highly anticipated city builder, this time back for another look at PAX Augusta. This game is coming out on April 17, 2025, and for those of you who are big fans of classic city builders, well, this one is certainly one to keep an eye on. Of course, later this year, hopefully we have Anno 11-7 to take a look at, and that one, of course, will be taking place in ancient Rome and many different regions of the Empire, and this one also allowing us to do the same, but yet in a classic Sierra city builder style. So welcome aboard. Good to see you all here. Thank you very much for subscribing, which, by the way, is free. Don't forget to do that, and also smack that like button to show some love and support for Raptoria. Glory to Raptoria down below in the comments section. And let's go ahead and jump into our first look at the demo for this game that's available now for everyone on free on Steam, which is good stuff. So the demo lasts for about an hour. We have a career mode here, sandbox mode, and story mode, as well as a little tutorial. And of course, we can also choose difficulties and ways to start with different populations and currencies. Since this is a demo, we're trying to show as much of the game as possible. We'll throw it on beginner for now, as we truly are, and we'll take a look at the career mode, which hopefully will differ greatly from the story mode and sandbox mode. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Our first name then, I guess, I'll be Raptoria. Let's go Raptoria. There we are. And let's go ahead and begin. So let's go. The death of Julius Caesar, the decline of the Roman Republic has become inevitable. So we're playing, I guess, as Octavian, aka Augustus, or at least those adjacent to him, as the Romans try to cling to power as long as possible. A little bit of an RPG element here too, as we get to pick a couple of perks for our starting character or our starting city. Looks like we can be frugal a little bit more and actually increase the amount of or decrease the amount of construction costs. We can also increase or decrease entertainment a little bit, and we can also work on honesty or corruption. I guess that's good or bad depending on who you talk to. All right, let's go ahead and save there. And there's our little wagon. So we have an overworld here to take a look at with other Roman cities and settlements and roads, and also some of the regions of the empire. In fact, I believe we can see Germania from my house. Oh, yeah, there it is. So there's areas like that that go far off into the distance, and you can see all the roads and rivers and probably locations that are, you know, still there to this day. Now, the demo limits us to this area, but it does give me a little bit of vibes of maybe Bannerlords a little bit, because of course you have that big interconnected map and kind of looks all like this. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and go to where I think they're indicating here, this column for us to start settling at, and then we'll transport all of our supplies there. So this world map makes me believe that we'll be making multiple settlements and cities, and that we can link them all together, and then we can also build armies and transport them along those roads to transfer to different regions of the empire and go to battle wherever. Let's see, name of Vicus is Magia, I guess. Oh, it's going to be Magic, this one, so let's go ahead and found it. Map is unlocked in sandbox mode. All right, good. So yes, I'm a big fan of all those classic grid-based city builders. I do want to hopefully one day see a game a little bit more like Manor Lords, that's ancient Rome or Greece or China or whatnot. Even Egypt would be fascinating in the Manor Lord style of a big free open map where, of course, then there's objectives to capture other regions. But what's really good here is this game really captures the feel of being an early 2000s game. I think that's exactly what this developer's going for. Far too often, I think people unfortunately leave themselves out of good games because they look at it and they think good, game bad, graphic bad, and miss out on all of what's really truly important is the gameplay mechanics and how the game, especially in a city builder, challenges you. Let's go ahead and get started then. All right, so our little ship's coming in here, loaded up with supply. We've got barrels and crates and vases loaded with all sorts of different material. The river looks really nice, too. We can actually see a little bit of the difference of depth here and also elevation along the shoreline, which is nice. Boat's going to pull up and drop off, I would imagine, wine and maybe wood and things like that. And we see a crossroads here that they're asking us to start. And I believe this map is similar to the demo that we checked out before, but for now, we'll just pretend as if we'd never played that, just so we can have a fresh look. And honestly, I'm very rusty in this one and don't really know everything and haven't remembered everything just yet, so we'll get there. Okay, so we've chosen a crossroads point. We'll choose a center point for the city, or at least like a town square-like area where we're going to build around. So there we are. We see our worker there. You don't need me at the moment. You can find me again with the B key. Oh, thank you. Okay, so if Romans are going to get to this city, then all roads need to lead to Rome, and so thus we will do that. So we're going to build roads, And of course, there are more expensive roads and various types of roads too, and they can all, of course, be upgraded. So we'll start with a simple gravel road, and then eventually we can upgrade to these beautiful like highways like that. Really nice. The game, right off the bat, captures the classic city builder, like no doubt. Feels a little bit like Farthest Frontier to me, a little bit of Austrive, and also something like Emperor Rise of the Middle Kingdom. This is a good spot that we built, though, because we can, or built in, we have a couple of bridges here we could build across to the center island, and then we're also connected to those main roads there too. Now the demo is limited to about 58 minutes now, so we're going to try to rush through as much as we can just to see all the features of this one. But I mean, just right at first look, I really do like the look of the water and the environment and the landscape. There's a lot of detail here, and I believe this is just made by one person in a community that's very supportive and might be providing some other support here. But what's really great is that we have all these wonderful landmarks to build, like the circuses, and we also have you know, arenas and theaters, and also larger monuments too, like temples and necropolises, which are really cool as well. And so let's go ahead and build those roads then, shall we? These streets. We'll start with a gravel road, and we'll build it all the way back to that beginning point there, so the Romans can get to our city. So that'll just take a moment to build, and then we'll move on to building some houses. And there you see like the little, I guess the marker for the center of the city, to which we'll be building all around that. So it'll just take a moment then for all the roads to be built as time goes on here. And looks like we have no calendar at the moment. Got a couple of things to worry about though. We got food and marble, bricks, iron, wood. We're now tasked with building houses so our people can move in and stay here permanently. So let's go ahead and do that. And one thing I like here is that and to be able to build some buildings, we need to be able to meet certain conditions. So roads is one for houses. We have many different houses here to build, as well as palace villas, but also we have different like floor plans here, like 2x3s and like 2x7s and 4x8s and whatever else, 1x6s. You can build all sorts of different shapes of homes, which have different properties too, and are also made with different materials. So how many people can live there, what kind of materials they need to build, that kind of thing. And of course there's advantages and disadvantages for all of them. We'll try to build a smaller home for now, and we'll build a couple of them just nearby. In fact, I think we could build this off this street here. We'll go ahead and build it like this, and I'll try to connect it that way. But it does need to connect to a road, so we can't just place them down willy-nilly. We do have to connect that a little bit. And if we want to clear out the land, we can also, there's a button up here, start a fire, which is pretty lit AF. We can cut down all these trees and burn them out of the way. So if we click start a fire, it should give us a torch, and it should allow us to start burning some things, although it's not cooperating at the moment. Let's see. Should be a way to delete all these trees. All right, not working at the moment, but I think that these buildings should just automatically move whatever might be in their way out of the way. So let's go with these smaller homes here. And, oh, actually, we do need a road. I was thinking about building a road here and connect to it sideways like that. So we'll build another gravel road there. And I hope we can build those on the roads before the roads are done with their construction. So there's a little bit of kind of like forward movement. Yeah, we don't have to wait. In other words, okay, we'll leave a few places for decorations. These games typically, if I'm playing this like it were the classic Sierra City Builders or whatnot, we would definitely leave some room for that. Now, this got me very excited for Anno 11.7. That should be coming out later this year. Hopefully, that will allow us to go to like areas never before seen in many Roman games, allowing us to go to, you know, like modern Great Britain and have a story and the multiplayer. I'm really looking forward to. Anno 1800 was probably my favorite game of all time in terms of like a city builder that was economic based. You know, when we're talking about like Tropico and you know, SimCity 4 and City Skylines, Anno is probably my favorite because of how amazingly laid out everything could be with details and decorations, and that's not even with mods. So really excited to just see what happens with the Anno 11.7. Unfortunately, not a lot of information on that one at the moment, but we will be sharing that as soon as we have it. So make sure you subscribe to the channel again and smack that like button, because when there are more live streams and videos on Anno 11.7, to which there have been some since our last video, they have a lot of work to do though, and they got to go forward quick. And I'm excited to see it. But very cool to see people working inside the house. We could see people, looks like they're hammering things together, building the rafters for the homes and also the awnings out there by the streets. And you can kind of see that they're building stuff right now. I don't know exactly what that symbol means. I hope they're not missing material or something like that, but nice to see it being constructed. Music's pretty nice too. The environment sounds, the birds chirping, very nice as well. Love that. We have our events page here. We can see how many people are in the city up here. We also have our calendars. A lot of different good and important details there. Oh, good. We got lots of decorations too. The management. We have our forum and the education too, which allows us to build a house for engineers. Oh, look at that. Wow. And now we got to worry about satisfaction. So now we must right-click on a house to see what's going on. And we need to notice that basic needs are not met and that people don't have water. So we're going to need to start storing and distributing food and water. And hopefully that'll get people happier. We're also missing a necropolis, but we'll get those things done one at a time. So let's start with markets, wells, and then the necropolis. So that should be an important thing to do. So let's go to wells and see where we can build that. Oh, what is this building here? Oh, we have like a local farm. So we're settling lands that were once rural locations. We see horses here, which is interesting. And we might be able to trade with these locals, and they might not like us as much because we're kind of impeding on their way of life. So there might be some clashing between us and them, but we'll worry about that a little bit later. Let's get back to it then. So we have our temples, our necropolis, we have our different homes there. We have our market here. We can go ahead and plop that down as we just saw before. We're going to be tasked with that. Looks like we can build a little market down here. Maybe at the crossroads on this side would be a good spot for it. Build it just across the street. There we are. And that'll be constructed shortly, and then we can add on to that too, so we can build market stalls, market buildings, and expand upon that area. So each of these will have a different good or service that they'll provide. We'll start with 4 there. So that's a storage building for things that could be like grain and maybe tacos, potatoes, tomatoes, things that they had back then. Especially with it being ancient Italy, you know, a lot of potato. And I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. They didn't have those things just yet. They didn't even have air fryers back then, or the internet. I think all they had back then was ISDN lines, which is like, that's how you know it's ancient history. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on a well now. We have a draw well here, and it looks like we can supply these 4 homes with 1, or we could put maybe 1 here and here, and supply all the homes that way too. So it looks like I think it reaches all of them. So like every 2 homes or 4 homes, we should put 1 on either side. We could add decorations to the back side of that too, as we saw there's a decoration tab. A place to linger. All right, linger on. Cool. Nice little hangout by the well. Sure, a place for gossiping. So lots of cool little areas to decorate with, and it looks like they'll be useful. Well, hopefully. Let's go on to our necropolis too, and let's build a road to that. And I think we could build that maybe up here, just on the other side of the farm. So where was that again? Supply, religion maybe is where that would be. Necropolis right here, and then we can plop that down there as well. Pyres from the central places of necropolises cannot be demolished. Oh, graveyards must be built next to a pyre or existing graveyard. All right. Residents want to live at least 10 fields away as they are very superstitious. Okay, so they want to live far away from them? Yeah, so nobody wants to live near them. So we could build them over here and then add graveyards to them later. But certainly a place for the dead is important. So let's go ahead and plop that down right about there. And we'll have to build a road to it. So we'll kind of try to remember its location. I am not able to build a structure before placing down a road. And that makes sense, but also, you know, to place down a building first and then add a road to it should be no problem. And most games allow you to do that, and then they'll just pop a symbol up above a building if they're not allowing you to do that. If you need to add a road, they usually tell you. All right, let's add that there. I think there it goes. All right, so that'll begin construction too. And let's see what we got for homes. People moving in yet? Necropolis will be the next thing needed, and then also our marketplaces too, which might need to be assigned. And I'm not sure. Number of residents serves 15. That might be per market stall. Not sure, but we'll see in a little while. Okay. I like the road there. It looks nice. I'm not sure if the necropolis is being built yet. It is. Okay. And So now that just plopped down, I want to see if I can also add additional right now. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so we can add more burial grounds to that. So we could do small, medium, and large burial grounds. We could build something big-o for starters. Kind of looks nice there like that. Has to be built adjacent, I think, to the main structure and each additional structure. So we'll go with a big one just to kind of see what it looks like. And it'll look nice with those cypress trees and other burial plots there for sure. Very cool stuff. So the basics of most of these games, yeah, you start with building roads, then homes, then food and water, and usually in a form of a marketplace. And then not oftentimes do we see a graveyard. A lot of them might ignore that and don't really deal with the dead. But here it's important. And also, of course, the worship of the gods through the temples, which that's important too. Go ahead and build another road there. Oh, hold on. Food reserves are decreasing. To prevent inhabitants from starving, I'll briefly explain how to grow some food. Looks like with the V key, we can go to the local tribe and demand food. Okay. So this is our leader, I think. Can we go over here and negotiate? I don't want to demand food, really. It should be more like a, hey, we're in need. Can we hang out, bro? All right, he's going to go over there, I guess. It'll take him a little while to walk that way. See if he speeds up on the road. No? No, we built that road, bro. You should stay on that. Did also look like they showcased some farming there, but we do have, right off the bat, wood, iron, brick, marble, and then something called food. No, food, yes. So we'll need that, and we'll need a place to store that. And a good idea to put that near the marketplace. That's where it's all going to be sold, so we may as well store it there too. And then this farm here, hopefully we'll have tons of food. I see some grain. I also see some like livestock around, so that should be pretty neat. Welcome. Let's see, we can claim that area, or we can claim weekly food. Let's do that. Good job. The locals are now paying tribute. If you want to get rid of them, you can click on the farm and initiate evacuation. Well, for now, we want to keep them, so that's important. So it looks like the farm, instead of exporting stuff elsewhere, is now supporting our city. So that's our farm, I guess, for our city. Take a look around the map here and see if there's anything else of significance for now. Looking good. Higher expenses and income, that's to be expected right at the beginning. And now let's see if the houses have everything they need. Food must always be available. Sufficient supply of burial grounds must also always be available. Wonder if we should build some more homes too. Go with a different style house this time. More people living here will bring in more money. We'll also need more food. So hopefully we have that no problem. Lots of wood, marble. Okay, with all the people who are here, I think we're going to start with some basic production, even though it's not tipping us off to do that. This I like, by the way. I've seen this in Citadelum too, another game that's a grid-based city builder. The game's showing you exactly where the closest and largest deposits are. So rather than mistakenly like building one here or there, they're saying, hey, go over here to where there's a large forest and there's plenty of materials to last for a while and to make a big reserve of supply to then be able to build a lot of houses. So let's build that there. Oh, and of course we got to build another road. I really want to be able to build the building first. I really can't stress enough how much I want to be able to build a building before building a road to it. It just makes it a little easier to place the building perfectly and then quickly click and drag between 2 points. Also shows that there's wood processing. We'll go ahead and build that building there. So we'll have a possible sawmill, maybe? Wow, look at that. And then also a wood warehouse. So an area to store a large amount of wood. And listen to those storms. Sounds nice. There are goats too. Now another great thing is I believe we can see inside these homes. No, not quite. I must be thinking about Citadel, but some of these games do allow us to see inside, and it is nice to see that in those homes there briefly. You may have witnessed that they are laid out on the inside, not just an empty hollow husk. Looks like these homes also have a small garden in the back, so I'm not sure if that provides food for themselves, but it would be very cool if different sized homes, of course, had a varying amount of residents that could live there, and then also the ability to have food production and share with their neighbor. Looked like some buildings on fire there, but it didn't seem like that entirely. Okay, so now we got some woodcutters going here, right? Yeah, it looks like they're working. Oh, tree's getting cut down. Nice. All right, looks like we got 21 people living in the city. Not sure if there's a way to see employment or unemployment. Looks like there's some of the details of the career mode, though. And it looks like some of the things that are required in order to unlock further progression. Very cool. No, wow, we can even build a port. Look at that. Different size piers in a warehouse harbor. Would certainly be applicable on the river, since we did get all of our stuff delivered via a boat on the river. That'd be cool. Oh, we have different types of temples here too. Fortunus. Augustus. Amazing. Okay. Well, the population's going up, and I think we're providing food. And we also see satisfaction at 75%, which could be tied to the amount of food. Food must always be available, yeah. Drive out the locals, we don't want to do that, but let's work on food production. That will always be an important thing for us. But it looks like we got to get 30 people moving in, and they've got to get 80 satisfaction. Then we can build a fisherman's house and additional buildings to then gather our own food. That's going to be important. Okay, we're going to build a road there. Going to try to build additional housing, try to get our numbers up a little bit. Uh, 2x3 here. Oh, I thought we had a 2x2 at some point. 2x3s. Well, let's see what happens when we need to delete something. Tear off, is that what that says? Okay. Alright, so that's us tearing off a piece of the road. I do want to leave more space between the buildings, and I always have a feeling that in these games, you're going to... every time you build stuff, there's going to be fires. Right now it's raining, so it kind of makes sense that maybe there's not so many fires, but yeah, there should be fires. Absolutely, that's what would happen. Go ahead and build some more homes. As we unlock more things, it's based on population, it looks like, so we'll keep doing that. And, wow, there's even aqueducts here, too. That's great. So we could have a water source, small and large aqueduct crossings, water tower, and also Castellium Divisiorum, which is a Harry Potter spell, apparently. That I just made up. Iron, brick, marble, and food. So brick means that we'll have to have clay pits. Yep. So a lot of these things are going to be unlocked later on, and it's going to be locked by more than likely population. And, you know, no matter what in these games, you always want to grow your population for your military or for unlocking additional goals. Or, of course, you build something cool and want them to work at it. And that's the best way to get, you know, more people working is to make sure you have a little bit of unemployment. I would hope for an eyedropper tool, too, to be able to constantly click and drag or click and place the same buildings over and over again that you kind of just need. Although I must say, there's a very nice variety of buildings in this game. It's really good to see. Let's see if there is a way to copy. Some other buttons there, but some of those I don't want to touch at the moment. No, thank you. Oh, look at this house. That's nice. It looks like we can mix some things up, too. Okay, so we're going to have to build out here. See if I can remember the spot. There we go. But yeah, being able to place a building first should take the guesswork out of, am I clicking in the right spot? You know, is this accurate? Let's see. I can't recall what we were looking at either for a building. This kind of looks the same as the other ones behind us. Well, this building looks a little larger, but with not really a backyard. A burgage plot. Whatever you might call it. Okay, we need more wells then. And I can only imagine we're going to be able to fight fires shortly. Looks like there's 2 types of draw wells as well. Well, well, well. Would you look at that? Okay, things are coming together nicely. We now got 37 people here. Oh, we have security too. Fire station and city hall. Fire station still locked. Oh, locked in the demo. Okay. Maybe something you build later. Okay, so now we got to get that satisfaction level up a little bit more. And, I don't know if there's a way to make sure we're getting enough stuff, but let's go back to the marketplace. Oh, there's also trading, too. A market, foreign trade, and port, and a slave market, too. Piers and things like that, okay. Security management. Let's add on to the market. Actually, might be the best thing for us to do at the moment. Supply. Latrines too. Wow, okay, so we got latrines. People want to, but also don't want to live within an X distance. Wow, that's great. Okay, imagine setting that up. People want to live close, but they don't want to live too close. And you also don't want to put that near the wells, of course. I don't know about that. Anyway, where were we? Marketplace. Wow, we could build gates and things like that too. So if we can build large gates, we could build a large walled off area. Decorations too. Seems to be disconnected there. There. More things for more people. Hopefully it's not just a range thing. It is showing a little bit of the flow, but all seems to be okay. Oh, and that little hangout spot looked nice. Now, I don't see anything here military-wise, but I'm really hoping, and I don't know if this will be in the final game, but for the large world map that we saw, the ability to train troops, send them out to that map, and then move them around as different legions would be cool. Even if we don't have a lot of combat, it seems like a very necessary thing for a Roman city builder, just as much as a medieval city builder would have to have something along the lines of making weaponry, training troops, and then sending them out on big campaigns. Really would be a cool thing. Go ahead and keep decorating. place to linger. I don't see a variety, though, in this type of layout. Here I do now. And we could also build little empty plazas, which is cool, too. Areas for people to walk and chill. Okay, and maybe we could trade for more food, although I'm not sure how expensive that is. Foreign trade, port. Let's see if we can build the pier. We cannot. It appears we cannot build the pier. Or the foreign market trade. It'll take a little bit of time to do that. I can't help but think these buildings are on fire, too. Without seeing some sort of an opening or a chimney, it just seems like the roof has caught fire. But over here we see a little vent in the side of the building. Here, I don't know. Alright, what's the next course of action? Well, we got more little market stalls. I see people starting to get happier. No bonuses down on a city street. Okay, maybe we can upgrade our road. Alright, I clicked and dragged over the existing road to try to give them city streets, but that doesn't seem to have been effective. I don't know. I don't want to keep spending my money if that's what it's doing. Don't tell me we have to delete an old road and then rebuild a new road. We should just be able to kind of paste over the existing one and be able to build it quickly. Which would be nice. It would. A lot of things just not available to build at the moment in the demo. Let's see what that is. Also, I've noticed that when we order things to be built, sometimes they don't show up right away, and you're not sure if you did it. So we put something there, but I'm not sure if it's actually being constructed. Good times, though. The environment looks beautiful. I want to be able to... Can we, from the street view, build a bridge? Plazas, bridge, monument, bridge as well, so we can unlock that too. Suitable location found, no, but I think that would be fine there. We might actually need to be able to... Oh, looks like they might be hinting at us building there too. So we could build a bridge over that way. There's a gravel road going that way. We build our road this way. And we'll build our first bridge there, and then we'll just have the road bend at the end. Gives us a nice crossroads to work on right there. Okay. So we have 61 liberty. Oh yes, democracy will be happy about this one. And then what else? Distance to altar. Alright, are we talking about religious sites then? Could build some shrines. Can't build the shrine, can't build the temple. Not sure exactly why. There does seem to be a demo there, but Food must always be available. Yeah, kind of strange that we are not allowed to go out and look for food unless we hit a certain threshold. We're very close, though, to satisfaction being up there with like 50%. Some people are happy that they're on a city street. Okay, we got to be able to raise that level. Let's give people what they want. Hopefully this is working. Although it looks no different. Great sounds, though. That place is bumping. Hey, we could even build a city wall. So we have defenses, a city wall. We have towers, small gates. All right. So there's got to be some sort of a defensive aspect to the game, too. We must be able to build our own military units and then do something. Like, for example, here we have housing for engineers. Those could be used in the field, too, for building things like, you know, missile sites, rocket launchers, you know, the basics. Let's see. Wood is, speaking of the basics, is that good? We have an alert here at this building. Let's see. Mandatory leave for all wood buildings, raw materials. Is this full? Net production, transportation, set new target. Target 1. We don't really have a warehouse. That might be the issue. So supply, I don't see anything there. Trade, that'd be a good trade item to start with as well as wood. Straight up just sell it. Theaters, restaurants. Not entirely sure, but it seems like something that could go to the market. Available 150, required 68. Okay, so we're starting to fill that up. Ah, here we are. Well, maybe we need these other buildings too, like wood processing and wood warehouses, that kind of thing. Maybe we need the whole complete package. And I can't build there. Since it's the edge of the map, we'll build there too. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Now, this is why the game somewhat thoroughly confuses me too. I've already played the tutorial a little bit as well, and that does a good job of explaining some of the basics for every run through. But once you get past, you know, the bare basics, you really want to branch out and do other things that you haven't done before. Otherwise, it's very similar. I mean, every game you're going to be building the road, putting down the houses, putting down the wells in the marketplace, and kind of grinding out what you did before just to get to what's new for each of the missions. Huh. Oh, but there will unlock more stuff too. Decorations around temples. Okay, so that's going to help us out as well. That menu there. That's good stuff. It's got good vibes, man. Good color palette. I did notice too that there's a way to adjust you know, there's a photo mode here, which is really nice. So when you build a big city in the full game, you'll be able to take a picture of it. But I also did notice that there's a button around here somewhere to change the color style. So that looks green as hell. That's bright mode, which looks super noon and hot. And then this is standard. Bright mode, I guess, looks all right, but you know, it's all good, I guess. But yeah, I do like all the decorations that we can plop down, places to linger, management building, forums, and security, like the fire station. A lot of these things are going to be locked, though, to where you're going to have to speed run this within like maybe 15 minutes to then unlock some of the stuff that you wouldn't be able to see for a while. But I doubt, at least in the demo, you'd be able to build any sort of significant shrine beyond the temple and the shrine. So no large structures. But hey, it is what it is, and it's coming soon. Short but sweet, but hey, that's how it goes with city builders. All right, guys, thanks for watching yet another episode on PAX Augusta, coming out again in April, but there's certainly a lot more to do with this one, with that world map and with all the things to build and maintain and trade, and of course, possibly raising an army and much more with those city walls and other defenses. I'm quite interested in seeing where this one goes. All right, well, thank you again for leaving a like. Thank you for subscribing. Remember, those are free, and you are free to say hello down below in the comment section. I'd love to say hi to you, so don't forget to say hi, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.